We're seeing corporate capture in virtually every agency of the government. I've sued most of the agencies. I'll just give you an example. When we sued the Monsanto and I was on the trial team, during discovery, we came across email exchanges that prove that the head of the pesticide division at EPA for a decade, a guy called Jess Rowland, was secretly working the entire time for Monsanto, and he was killing studies for them. He was creating phony studies. He was bringing in these, mercenary industry scientists. We call them biostitutes to design studies that would exonerate or exculpate Monsanto and glyphosate from the cancer epidemics that we were seeing, the cancer explosions. And he was killing studies not only at EPA, but at other agencies to make sure nobody studied the links between exposure to Roundup and tumor growth. And he did that successfully. Well, that agency was not working for the American people. It was working to promote the mercantile interests of this chemical company.
Right.
And unfortunately, that is not an exception. Jess Rowland is not an exception. He's the rule. We see that across. We see the big communications companies, the big cell phone companies control the Federal Communications Commission. The military industrial complex, the big military contractors control the intelligence agencies, which, whose job has become to provide us a constant pipeline of new wars. The FDA gets half of its budget from pharmaceutical companies, so they own it.
Right.
NIH scientists receive royalties for every product that they help develop. They personally royalties, $150,000 a year. These are supposed to be regulators. They're supposed to be looking for problems in those products. But if you're paying your mortgage, your kid's education, you're for your boat, your alimony, if that drug gets promoted and nobody sees any problems,
it's a big payday.
Yeah, you're going to overlook problems, and the individual commercial interests are going to ultimately subvert the regulatory function of that agency, and that's what we're seeing across the board. And I've litigated against almost all these. USDA, the Department of Agriculture, is controlled by the big agricultural conglomerates, the factory farmers, the chemical companies, and I've litigated against almost all of these agencies. And when you sue the agency, you get a PhD in corporate capture and how to unravel it.